Hello everybody and welcome into another edition of The House at Home. I say at home because obviously I'm not in the studio, I'm in my apartment, but we did go ahead and send our reporters all over Tempe just to find the biggest ASU sports stories and send them straight to you. But obviously the biggest story coming out of Tempe right now is, well, the first game of the season is right around the corner, just a few days away, as ASU in Tempe takes on the USC Trojans. Now, a lot of people nationally around the country have USC as the favorites to win the Pac-12 South. Now, obviously, Herm and company disagree with that. I think ASU is going to have a chance to win this one, but we'll just have to see in a couple days, and I think some of our reporters might have a couple opinions on that as well. But bigger than that, even bigger story than that, just came out of the Pac-12, and it's that Cal is actually going to have their first game canceled because of coronavirus concerns. We'll keep you updated on that as we're not sure how it's going to affect that Week 2 game with ASU. Well, but before we can look ahead, it's time to go ahead and look back on 2019 as our own Marco Peralta has the top 5 plays of ASU's 2019 season.
We never thought this day would actually come, but it's finally here. ASU football begins this weekend against USC, and to get you hyped up, here are top 5 moments of the 2019 season. At number 5, we have the Washington State Cougars visiting the Sun Devils, and you can forget that hurdle by Eno Benjamin. But our top 5 moment is Jaden Daniels keeps the football with a little bit over 40 seconds left to play, and he takes it all the way to the end zone for a touchdown to give the Devils the win over the Cougars, 38-34. At number 4, we have the Devils playing against Florida State. We'll go into the fourth quarter. Take a look at this interception by Willie Hartz, who returned it 25 yards and turned it into a pick 6, giving the Sun Devils a 20-14 lead. With a little bit over a minute left to play, the defense came up big time as Merlin Robertson forces a fumble against Tamarian Terry and was recovered by Tyler Johnson. After the recovery, the Devils would win the game and give Herm Edwards the Frosted Flakes shower. And I gotta ask, Coach, aren't they great? It would be a shame if we didn't include the Territorial Cup. And here's Merlin Robertson once again, this time by the via of an interception to give the ball to Jaden Daniels and the offense. And take a look at the very next play. Jaden Daniels keeps it to himself, goes to his left, gets past the defender, runs 15 yards, and eventually sets up the Devils for this 1-yard TD run by Eno Benjamin to give the Devils the win and also to keep the Territorial Cup here in Tempe. At number 2, it's Eno Benjamin again at the goal line within 4 points of Michigan State. Eno stretches his whole entire body to break the play to give the Devils a 10-7 lead. And after a miscount of the Michigan State special teams coordinator, look at this missed field goal by Matt Collin that will give the Devils their second straight win against Michigan State, and this time at East Lansing. And at number 1, ASU versus Oregon in Tempe. Sun Devils looking for an upset victory over the Ducks. And next up, we'll show you our number 1 play of the 2019 season. Brandon Ayuk for 81 yards to beat number 6 ranked Oregon. And that will be the highlight of the 2019 season. And of course, the storming of the fans in Tempe. Wow, there you have it, folks. The top 5 moments of last season, and I know for sure that in here, we're going to see a lot more highlights this season.
OMG. I mean, that's what seeing all those plays makes me say. Marco, those plays, electric city. I mean, as an ASU fan, if you're not ready to run through a wall and you're not pumped up for Saturday's game after seeing those top plays from 2019, I think you need to get your pulse checked. And I'm assuming that you guys are all as excited as me, so you're going to love this next segment from our own Jordan Spurgeon. He's going to cover not only this Saturday's game against USC, but the rest of ASU's Pac-12 schedule, those 8 games that they're going to play as well.
ASU football opens their season this Saturday at USC at 10 a.m., so set your alarm clocks for a marquee Pac-12 matchup. The Trojans come into the season favored to win the Pac-12 South, but don't tell that to Herm Edwards and his squad. They have had more time to practice due to different COVID regulations between the states of Arizona and California. The Sun Devils also come in with a new-look team on the coaching staff. Zach Hill is the new offensive coordinator coming from Boise State, and their new defensive coordinators, their co-defensive coordinators, are Marvin Lewis and Antonio Pierce. The matchup to watch out for in this one is the quarterback play, specifically the sophomore quarterbacks for both teams. Keaton Slavis took the reins as a freshman last year for the Trojans, finished with 30 touchdown passes, 3,500 yards passing, and 72% completion. Jaden Daniels was efficient for the Sun Devils in his freshman campaign with 17 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He will look to take a leap forward in his sophomore season under new offensive coordinator Zach Hill and his spread offense. Now for the Sun Devils, they do have 5 more games after USC, so we will take a quick walkthrough through the rest of the schedule. Their only Pac-12 North opponent is their home opener against the Cal Golden Bears on November 14th. Then they travel to a place they haven't been able to win a game since 2014. That's Colorado. Then they get their final 2 home games of the year, one against the Utah Utes, the reigning Pac-12 South champions, the other, their home finale against the UCLA Bruins. Then, the game of the year, as always, here at ASU in Tempe. It's going to be in Tucson this year, the Territorial Cup, prime time, ESPN, Friday night. Doesn't get better than that. Should be a fun matchup to watch. So there you have it. There's a quick look at the USC game happening this weekend and the rest of the shortened schedule for the Sun Devils.
Man, that really does make you think just what this season is going to look like for the Sun Devils. I mean, nobody really knows for sure how the teams are going to be with this COVID-shorted season. So, I feel like there is a need for some optimism right now. Give me the Devils going 8-0 this year and facing off with whoever comes out of the North in the Pac-12 championship game. I know, crazy. Lock me up for it. But I think that's enough of football for just a little bit as we step into the basketball world, where Eric Ruby has the latest on an incoming Sun Devil transfer.
Well, it's awesome to see you guys going around and finding cool places in Tempe to shoot your great football season coverage. I personally have been preparing for this upcoming football season by locking myself in my basement and watching Jaden Daniels tape 24/7. I mean, the guy is just incredible. Can you blame me? But I digress. I'm not here to talk about ASU football. I'm here to talk about ASU basketball. There's been a lot of excitement surrounding the program, of course, behind returning ASU legend Remy Martin and Pac-12 Six-Man of the Year Alonzo Verge, infused with the new blood Josh Christopher and Marcus Bagley. That excitement has been warranted, but now there's a cherry on top for the Sunday that Sun Devil fans have been enjoying, and that is Portland State transfer guard Holland Woods announcing he will be using his final year of college eligibility to play this upcoming season with Bobby Hurley and the Sun Devils. The 6'1 guard averaged 17.5 points per game, 5 assists, 2 steals, which led Portland State last season in all of those categories. Shot 41% from the field and 30% from 3. What all of this means is that the Phoenix native is going to add yet another exciting spark into that ASU backcourt. We already had a ton of fun with Remy Martin and Alonzo Verge. We know that they'll be fun again this year. Now we had Josh Christopher in the backcourt, a returning Jalen House who brings nothing but energy onto the court, and of course now Holland Woods, another scoring threat, somebody that can drop 20 on any given night. Needless to say, it's going to be exciting and fun basketball for the entirety of the game when you look at ASU's backcourt, and we'll have a full team and season breakdown coming up as we get closer. But until then, back to football.
Guard U adds yet another weapon to their already fantastic backcourt as Holland Woods transfers over to ASU in hopes of upping that draft value over the next couple years. Speaking of upping that draft value, Mason Kern, outside of the Cardinals practice facility, he went there and he talked about not only some Cardinals that have those ASU ties, but a couple of those ASU football players that are looking to also up their draft stock.
Yeah, Jackson, the Arizona Cardinals have become somewhat of a pipeline for homegrown Arizona State talent in recent years. Take a look at the current roster and you'll find some familiar faces. Remember running backs Eno Benjamin, DJ Foster, and kicker Zane Gonzalez? Well, all three currently have a spot on either the 53-man roster or a practice squad right now. For several Arizona State players who have the chance to play in the NFL on Sundays, the abbreviated 2020 season that kicks off against USC this Saturday is going to be critical. Take a look at wide receiver Frank Darby, safety Ashari Crosswell, cornerbacks Chase Lucas and Jack Jones, and the potential is there. I mean, hell, Jones even admitted he almost left early after last season. A caveat this year is the NCAA's decision to not advance eligibility for any player no matter how many games are played. Basically, that means everyone gets a free redshirt year even if they play in every single game. It presents the opportunity to produce more high-quality film and come back to school if it doesn't quite work out, even if you're a senior. Now, ASU has produced back-to-back first-round draft picks at the wide receiver position in the last 2 years, and the pro model under Coach Herm Edwards will likely produce more draft picks in the near future. For the Arizona Cardinals' sake, they hope that's true. Reporting in Tempe, Mason Kern, House of Sparky.
Well, that'll do it for us here on the house. Thanks for sticking with us. And I know you're dying for more content from us, so be sure to be on the lookout this Saturday after the USC ASU game. I will be in Tempe doing a little social distance man on the street to get that instant reaction from all the fans there. And also, if you want some more written content, there's always fantastic stuff on houseofsparky.com.